Now, the next one, website marketing, okay? First of all, you need to understand that in the accounting industry, business owners do not, and there's probably a few exceptions to this, but very few, do not find their accountant through search engines on the internet. Okay? In other words, you could have the most beautiful website, the most extensive website out there on the internet today, but probably you will never be found using a search engine. Okay? They need to have that personal contact. So you're saying, well, why then even worry about a website? There's a couple reasons. One is it's a low-key marketing tool. That's really the key. Okay? Now, how do you approach it? Whenever you meet with a business owner, probably your family or friends or neighbors or somebody you've met, you simply ask them, do you have a website? And they say, oh, yeah, I do. Do you understand websites? Well, sure, yeah, I understand websites. Would you mind looking at my website and giving me your feedback on my website? Because our primary purpose in getting a website is to get them to look at it. Now, websites are intended to, first of all, inform and then to be interactive. And the website should ask them questions about their business. Your website should ask them if they're getting what they need out of accounting. Do they understand what accounting can do for them? The value of that website is that it will send that person back to you. Okay? So if, for instance, you get Uncle Fred to look at your website, he's reading through that, he's saying, I had no idea accountants did all this. Or he might even say, my own accountant doesn't do all this for me. Now that's a good thing if he says that, right? Because what's it doing? It's sending him back to you. He knows you. You'd be a terrific accountant for him. He's going to be impressed with your capabilities, and he's going to value the services that you offer. Now, the alternative would have been to sit down with Uncle Fred and spend the next 2 hours talking to him about all the things you can do for him. This was a very short and very neutral way to get him to learn about it without feeling any pressure from you on it. So all you got to do is ask him for his feedback, and Uncle Fred will call you back and say, beautiful website. By the way, I wonder if you could help me with my business. Okay? And that's its purpose. Now, the other thing it does is it just puts you in the 21st century, doesn't it? Okay? I mean, every businesses in the 21st century should have a website. I don't know. That's a smaller issue. But it does recognize that you are internet capable if you have a website. Okay? Put it on your business cards. Let people know you have it. Okay? Now, here's another method that a lot of people have found very successful. Some of you, it's rather frightening to think of standing up in front of people and trying to teach them something. But I will tell you that you know more about accounting than 98% of the public. And a lot of people want to know about accounting. They want to know how accounting can help them. And so there's opportunities to go out and teach them to large groups. That's called public speaking. And there are opportunities to speak for every one of you. Any one of you can become a public speaker. And I know it's frightening, but after you've done it a few times, it becomes easier and easier and easier. The question is, do you have the topic, first of all, that's going to be of interest to them? And then how do you relate that topic to them? The organizations or opportunities aren't hard to find, okay? So the first thing you want to do is you want to create a presentation. It should be about 20 to 30 minutes long, okay? It needs to be on some topic that has value with the jazzy title, okay? You know, QuickBooks, Your Way to Riches, okay? Everyone wants riches, okay? So what does it do? It talks to them about some of the things that we have talked about in class about how to analyze and look at your financial statements and gather information that will make them rich, okay? Or how about thoroughly modern accounting? Okay, tell them about the different accounting softwares that are out there. Now, is it going to take some research on your part to do it? Sure, okay? It will take some research. It will take some effort, some time to come up with that information, but it will be time that will not only be valuable to them, but also valuable to you in the process, because down the road, you're just going to be that much more capably able to deal with that issue. If you get into taxes, you got all sorts of things, okay? But every time you're the public speaker, what are you to them? You're the expert. And anytime they need accounting, they're going to look at you as a potential provider of that accounting, okay? So once you stand up in front of a group, so how do you find the groups? Just click in the yellow pages. In the yellow pages, you look under organizations, and you'll find a whole bunch of groups in there that you can go to. Or if you're specializing, look at that trade group that you're an associate member of, or other trade groups that might be associated with it. Just let them know that you're a public speaker and that you've got a topic. Send them a letter. That's all you have to do, that you're willing to come in and speak to them for 20, 30 minutes. You can bet that a lot of them are looking for people to come and speak that they don't have to pay an arm and a leg to, that will have a topic valuable to them. And then and with the presentation materials or the presentation software that's available today, you can make a very professional looking presentation with minimal amount of work and have it be something that you can show to these people and be impressive, okay? There's plenty of topics. You can talk about reducing taxes. Everybody likes to hear about ways to reduce taxes. You can talk to them about changes in the income tax law, go into different retirement programs. That's a hot item, okay? And if you're familiar with IRAs or SEPs or some of those other things, you can have some terrific topics that are always to the advantage or interest of organizations. You can talk about small business accounting. How does it help them? What's the benefits of small business accounting? You might mention to them, particularly school groups love to hear. You can go into high school classes tomorrow, okay? I know this because I've done it. And you can talk to them about what it takes to become an accountant. Go to some of these accounting classes that they have in high school. They're always looking for presentations on that. And teachers love to have you come in. If you know anything about the legal issues associated with estate planning, that has some good value. Or understanding financial statements. There are always opportunities to talk to them. Accounting for the non-accountant or accounting for the manager or something like that. Talk to them about ratio analysis or how to analyze the financial statements. You might even look and talk to them about accounting as a career. So there's all sorts of different topics to cover. You have got about 800 pages of material over the last little while in this course. They have excellent resource materials that you can use in actually creating those different presentations. So look into those. The last of them, 12th one, is newsletter. Newsletters are there for you to utilize for those contacts that you have made in the past. It's a way for you to keep contact with past individuals that you've met. So you want to promote your practice, of course, in that, and you want to update clients with new information that they will value. It also might be a good opportunity to promote your other clients in your own newsletter. Utilize that in coming up with ways to get them excited. Your clients love it when you do that. So feature existing clients. Maintain a database of all your contacts so that then you can send them an email including with this newsletter. You can constantly be bringing them up, putting your name in front of them. Now, initially, you might want to start out quarterly. Don't try to go out much more than that because it takes a little while to develop that. We've got a newsletter that we send out every week now, but we started out monthly, and then we started coming up with some new material. And all of our material is related to marketing and bookkeeping service, but you might find material related to running businesses. And there's all sorts of articles on the internet that you can find. I can't find them on the internet because I'm trying to market bookkeeping services, and there are not a lot of material other than ours. But you might find that there's a lot of material out there in helping a business owner manage their business more effectively. And these internet articles, they're available to draw from. All you have to do is recognize the author. And there's thousands of articles out there that you can do. You might find that quarterly, eventually you might go to a monthly newsletter or maybe even a weekly newsletter. But its purpose is to inexpensively mail out a reminder of your service. Okay? So newsletters are a terrific tool reminding them that you're there. Okay? Now, marketing is a continuous effort. We have gone over a dozen different marketing processes. And although that's a fairly complete list, there are always other things that we can do as well. But a dozen different methods will keep you busy. Okay? Now, you always want to work with those first three. Always make sure you're then working with those three. And then the remaining 9, look for different ideas that you can take from. Now, just to kind of remind you, go through, we need to make sure we're always carrying a business card with us. Okay? Need to make sure that we've got those handy to hand out. We always want to watch for new businesses that are opening up to plant the seed with, just to keep involved in that. Remember to thank refers. Anytime you get referred from either networking or through any other process, always thank them. Always have a nice way of saying thank you. And finally, each week, look for a new project, a new way to market. And if you're continuously looking for marketing opportunities, you'll always be building your practice and making it successful. And it can be something that's fun and something that's exciting and something that's lucrative.